your conductor, Anthony Smith. I'm here live, and those of you who are following me, you can probably pick me up on twitch.tv or on my YouTube channels. Welcome back is all I can say. Welcome back. It's, got to enjoy some basketball action over the weekend. The train ride pulled into, let me just give them their due props. They're known around here in this area as Hollywood Heights. Got in on some of the girls' game. Uh, Once again, I know she's okay by now, but just want to say that Destiny took a bad fall toward the end of the game. Felt awkward, like she might have tweaked that ankle, but I'm pretty sure she's okay. So speedy recovery. First time being at Heights Gym since I was in college. That goes back a long ways to the 80s. And I want to say that nice facilities. Got to enjoy some of the girls' game. Got to enjoy the boys' game. Also got to enjoy the very entity that I was talking about last year when I was at state tournament. That Heights band, that band, that band. All I can say is, wow, that band is something. Two, not one drummer, but two drummers, and both of them are equally as good. Matter of fact, their band is good enough. If Wichita State needed a substitute band from now until the end of the season, you could plug in Heights, let them be the band for the remainder of the season. Plain and simple. That now, how often do you hear me talk about a band on my sports talk? But they got it going on. Of course, I've talked about bands before because I went to the collegiate versus cheating football game and their halftime show. I'm still talking about that band. Their drum line was on point. So between collegiate and Wichita Heights, and I'm not slighting anybody else. I've heard some other bands too, but these two are tops for me right now. To those band directors that are working with those young people, I definitely applaud you because they're in some instances, they're trying to do away with music programs in school, to which I think that would be a travesty and a big mistake to do something of that magnitude, to do away with music programs in school. Music is that one universal language that's understood the world throughout. So I applaud those directors who are working with these young people in these music programs. I know this is the sports podcast, but I just want to throw some things out there. And these bands, they are part of the atmosphere that sets the stage. Even sometimes I think for the game. I mean, like with Heights band, you hear them playing, and you look at the players out there, and the players is getting in tune with it. So yeah, it plays an integral part as far as the Spirit Club is concerned. Uh, Once again, kudos to the band director at Heights. Whoever's listening to this, make sure you tell him I said he's doing a good job. Same thing for collegiate as well too. I go back to that football game. Let these directors know I appreciate what they're doing, molding these young people in these music departments because I don't know I don't know if it's easy. I don't know if it's hard, but I know it takes something special to work with young people, especially in the music department. And like I say, collegiate's band, they had it, the Glow Band. I mean, they put on a halftime show. Yeah, I'm still talking about that. We know how long ago that's been. And then Heights, once again, they never cease to amaze me. I mean, I was talking about them last year at the state tournament, and now I'm talking about them because I've seen them this past Friday. But we are going to get into the games. But I want to say this. Uh, those of you who just really follow me, follow my podcast, follow the video streams and all that. I am elated because, yes, I'm going to go ahead and let the cat out the bag. Coming up Friday, I will have a special guest. Those of you who have the Odyssey app, y'all listen to some of you out here listening to Overnight Talk Radio. Remember the name Amy Lawrence? Yes, I am fortunate. I reached out to her, and she will be my guest this coming Friday. And y'all hear me say oftentimes, city to city, state to state, coast to coast. The train is always picking up passengers. Well, eventually, this train will also go to the great state of New Mexico. And I want to put this out there. She's going to be part of, I believe, part of the Mocan family as well too. So talented or well-run organization, and look forward to also. Let me say this: getting Dylan Evans on as well too. But one of the players I'm looking at right now, her name is Harper Dunn out of New Mexico. Made contact with her, and she's looking forward to being on here. So I look forward to having her on here when that does happen. So I'm looking forward to some great guests coming up in the near future. Also, I haven't reached out to this person, but as I look through, uh, there's a Leah Askins Dietrich who has made a commitment. She, I do believe, is part of the class of 2027. She's a combo guard, and she has made the commitment to the MoCan movement. So I just believe that some of these young ladies that I just mentioned, you're going to see them this summer, possibly at the I-35 showcase again, where I plan on, Lord's willing, if I'm still standing upright, I plan to be out there checking out some of this talent out there. I know there's going to be some coaches out there, as always, but look forward to seeing some real good hoop action, as if I haven't seen none this season. Uh, man, but there is a difference between your regular high school teams and your AAU teams. I mean, vast difference, but nonetheless, still some good basketball action. So kudos to these two I just mentioned. Well, let me see here. Actually, Leah wasn't the one that made the commitment. She reposted. Anaya Perry is the one who has made the commitment to the Mocan movement. So let me give you that correction. She is a 5'9", I do believe, guard out of Branson, Missouri, from Link Academy. And of course, that name sounds familiar to me. The reason that name sounds so familiar to me is because I've seen their boys' team here at the Air Capital Hoops Fest. As a matter of fact, they're the ones who beat Sunrise Christian Academy at the game I was in attendance at. So kudos to Mocan for picking up a good talent. And as I look through here, there is a lot of good talent that is coming up in the state of Kansas. Uh, the name I did mention, Rising Star, Leah Askins Dietrich, class of 2027. Also, Mocan Elite, 5'8". So just a lot of good talent around in the state and the surrounding states as well, the neighboring states, Missouri, uh, Kansas, even as far as New Mexico. So, I mean, look forward to seeing some good summer ball, but there's a lot of season left this year. So what I'm going to do is I want to go ahead and get into some scores from this past Friday around here in the area, courtesy once again of Byte Magazine. And you know who's always responsible. And I need to reach out to her because I definitely want to get her on my show as well too. uh, talking about none other than Joanna Chadwick, uh, because she is so relentless in her work that she does. And I know most of y'all are used to hearing her on the Bob and Jeff show, which is no longer on the air no more. So hopefully we can get her on here at least from now to the end of basketball season, get us through the state tournament, and maybe get her insight on Fridays. But we are going to try to go ahead and get some scores, if possible, from Friday. Now I do believe there might have even been some games on Monday, but we are definitely going to get some get you some news here as we try to pull up these scores. I notice we have a lot of player spotlights in the feed here, but we do have a few scores that we can give you because some teams end up playing, I do believe, on Monday night due to some bad weather on Tuesday. So we're going to look at Monday's high school basketball scores as Andover took on Ark City, and it wasn't even a contest as Andover won that game going away 71-29 as Andover's Josh Kim scored the game high 23, and Owen Allman and Walker McClellan each had 10 points as 11 players scored. Puig scored 10 for Ark City. Bueller 62, Mulvane 57. Isaiah Herrera scored 14 points for Bueller and had 5 assists and 6 steals. Eisenhower 46, Salina Central 41. Heston 48, Sunrise Christian 40. That must be their varsity team. Hillsboro 57, Hoisington 40. Hutchinson 75, Campus 44. Hutchinson Trinity 59, Bennington 50. Isaiah Garrett scored 18 for Bennington. Newton 60, Goddard 47. Pratt 54, Haven 43. Morrell scored a game high 17 points and had 8 rebounds, and C. Strong had 13. Nash Ray scored 16, and Blake Ritchie and Dalton Bontrager had 10 apiece for Haven. Remington 47, Cedric 25. Remington's Elliott Holtstetler scored 19, and Isaac Jury made 3 threes and had 12 points. Rose Hill 52, Clearwater 44. Rose Hill opened the fourth with a 17-3 run en route to the win. Salina South 58, Andover Central 55. Jace Humphrey made 4 3-pointers and scored a game high 22 points for Salina South. 10 players scored for Andover Central, which was led by Jace Adler's 10 points. West Elk 72, Sedan 44. Garrett Ussery scored 26 and Maddox Marino 18 in West Elk's win. Winfield 76, Augusta 52. Evan Hudo scored 20 for Winfield, making 5 threes, and Christian Morey scored a game high 21 points. Augustus Beckham Stoops made 3 threes and had 17 points, and David Sullivan scored 15. On the girls' side, Andover 61, Ark City 43, Augusta 39, Winfield 30, Bueller 57, Mulvane 39, Clearwater 50, Rose Hill 35. Justine Berlin scored 13, 10 rebounds, and Kaylee Hampton scored 13, hitting 3 3-pointers. Rose Hill's Bridget Moore scored 10. Goddard 46, Newton 34, Haven 48, Pratt 45. Avery Browner, a name that we're used to hearing hit 9 of 11 shots and scored 22 points and had 8 rebounds. And Sienna Dufresne, another name we're used to hearing coming out of Haven, scored 14. Sydney Holtzrichter had 5 rebounds and 4 assists. Pratt Hughes scored 26, hitting 3 threes. Heston 59, Sunrise Christian 42, Hillsborough 43, Hoisington 28, Hutchinson 69, Campus 18, Hutchinson Central Christian 62, Wichita Warriors 50, Salina Central 54, Eisenhower 46. Those are your scores from Monday's games, and the reason those games were pushed up to Monday was due to the inclement weather that was scheduled to arrive in our area, which it did arrive in our area, nevertheless. So those are scores from Monday's game. And now what we're trying to do is we're trying to go back to Friday's games, if at all possible. Because there was definitely some good action. Like I say, I was in attendance at the Heights game. Nice, once again, nice arena. Like the way it's set up. I mean, from just about anywhere you can get a good angle. If you're doing photography, if you're doing phone photography, phone video, got good angles. I was able to catch a Malachi Wilkins highlight reel slam dunk. So, yes, it's a very nice setup at Wichita Heights. And I'm hoping to pull these scores up from Friday's contest. Nonetheless, like I say, it was a good atmosphere at Heights. They were taking on East Tide. Of course, the boys and girls, they pretty much swept the contest. Uh, and I must say that they do support their very own out there, Wichita Heights. Also being honored that night for being nominated to be on the McDonald's All American team was one Malachi Wilkins, which is, I'm going to say it like this, and I'm pretty sure that he made the decision that was best for him. But I can't see a Malachi Wilkins not being a D1 prospect. And why? I don't know if they're sleeping on him. Why Wichita State would sleep on him like that. One of the things I would say is, as I go back to my time at the GWAL ABCTL Challenge, sitting around, mingling with some of the high school athletes there. One of the things that I over overheard in conversation was Wichita State don't recruit local athletes. I also had another conversation with a young athlete, and no, I'm not dropping names, but I've also heard it say that maybe the talent pool around here isn't of D1 caliber, to which maybe that's so, maybe that's not so. But can you stop and think of some of these high school athletes, whether it's here in Wichita or the surrounding areas, who may be that 2 or 3 star caliber athlete that could probably be an impact on the team? I mean, why are we overlooking those who could possibly be an impact? And I wish Malachi Wilkins all the best in the world at Washburn, because he is going to a top flight D2 program. Let's not just gloss over that like, okay, he's going to Division 2. No, he's going to a top flight program that is in contention for a national title in Washburn University. And he gets to still be pretty close to home. And you want to talk about pulling off a recruiting coup. Not only did they get Malachi Wilkins on the men's team, the women's team pulled Kennedy Jackson. Hmm, think about that. And yes, I'm still trying to effort getting these scores from Friday night, which I'm getting close to them. And we do have the score list right here from Friday. I just had to fill in some space as I run my mouth. And of course, Friday was February the 14th, Valentine's Day. And once again, courtesy of Joanna Chadwick, as we run down these scores here. Andale on the boys' side, Andale 56, Rose Hill 21, Andover 59, Andover Central 54, the Andover rivalry. Andover was led by Walker McClellan's game high 23 points. Paul Evans had 4 threes and 14 points, and Josh Kim scored 11. Jaden Brown hit 7 threes and finished with 28 points for Andover Central. Ethan Balky scored 14. Augusta 55, Mulvane 52 in overtime. Jay Corral scored 12 and Beckham Stoops 11 for Augusta as the Orioles overcame a 10-point deficit. Mulvane's Cannon Lazier scored 16, Hudson Myers 13, Jack Entwistle 11, Manny Myers 10. Conway Springs 64, Belle Plaine 56. Conway Springs Grant Fisher had 22 points, Eli Howard 14, and Connor Coster and Logan Osner each had 11 in the win. Wasser had 5 threes and scored 21 for Belle Plaine. Eureka 61, Blue Stem 35. Flint Hills 56, Caldwell 45. Garden Plains 52, Kingman 24. Garden Plains Caden Castleman scored a game high 15 points. Ben Bradshaw scored 10 for Kingman. Haven 68, Halstead 55. Dalton Bontrager made 13, 17 from the field and had 26 points, 10 rebounds. And Nash Ray scored 16 and had 4 assists for Haven. Gatlin Reinhardt had 10 points. Corona scored 19 for Halstead. In what would have to be considered an upset, Hutchinson 67, Derby 63. 2 seasons after Derby ended Hutchinson's 18-0 season, Hutchinson handed the Panthers its first loss in Game 17. Lamar Govan scored a game high 23 points, including 8 in the fourth quarter. Terrell King had 16, Levi Kepler 13, and Tayshawn Govan had 12 rebounds. Derby's Jackson Malvo had 23 points, 7 rebounds, and Avant Raleigh scored 17, hitting 3 threes. Capeland 68, Wichita West 30, Mays 86, Valley Center 64. Mays had 5 in double figures. Allen Hanna 20, Braden Maivella 18, Ty Willits 17, Charles Sharp 12, Alec Grill 10. Kobe Newton scored 20 for Valley Center, and Ray J. Logan had 10. Mays South 57, Salina South 50, McPherson 80, Bueller 46. McPherson's Gabe Powell scored 44 points and hit 11 three-pointers in the win. Mound Ridge 66, Inman 26. Parramatta Mog scored 21 for Mound Ridge, and Dixon had 12. Inman's Wings had 10. Newton 61, Eisenhower 50, Oxford 67, West Elk 64. Garrett Ussery had 20 points, Maddox Marino 18, and Case Keel 11 for Oxford. Wellington 56, Collegiate 39. Wichita Heights 62, Wichita East 47. Malachi Wilkins scored 24, and Kamari Holt and Chase Robinson each had 12. Wilkins had 18 rebounds. Yes, he was definitely a rebounding machine in that game. 5 assists and 3 blocks. Evan Mbole had 5 assists and Holt 4. Ismail Berry led Wichita East with 19 points, and Luke Henderson had 11. Wichita Northwest 67, Wichita East doesn't say. River Peters scored a game high 17 points. DJ Brown had 16, and Eli Benning and Darian Hammond each scored 15. Winfield 65, Circle 55. Now on the girls' side, Andale 42, Rose Hill 41. Grimes scored 22 for Andale. Andover 67, Andover Central 27. Ouch. Bishop Carroll 72, Wichita Northwest 18. Ouch. Megan Simone scored 16 and Lily Martin 15 for Carroll. Aubrey Navarrete scored 10 for Northwest. Clearwater 56, El Dorado 30. Justine Berlin led Clearwater 17, and McKenna Hampton at 13. Eisenhower 43, Kingman Newton. Eisenhower 43, Newton 32. Garden Plain 54, Kingman 50. Goddard 37, Campus 26. Gossel 36, Harrington 24. Halstead 51, Haven 34. Haven's Sienna Dufresne scored 19. There go that name again. Avery Bronner had 13 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists. I'm going to have to reach out to them too because they seem like a duo that is giving opposing teams fits. Hillsboro 51, Council Grove 27. Hutchinson 58, Derby 54. And to me, this has to be an upset as well too. Kaya Smith scored 21 and Grace Posh 15 for Hutchinson. Michaela Askew scored 14 and Asia Fox 11 for Derby. Capon 65, Wichita West 14. Mays South 45, Salina South 34. Minneapolis 47, Southeast Saline 35. Mulvane 47, Augusta 39. Mulvane's Kylie Schwenke scored 15, and Olivia Ellis and Brittany Peschel each had 14. Valley Center 42, Mays 25. Wellington 61, Wichita Collegiate 15. Val Norwood scored 13. Lindy Barton and Britt Zika each had 12, and Drew Zika scored 10 points. And that is your high school roundup from this past Friday, as well as Monday's games that were played due to bad incoming weather Tuesday. Hope you have enjoyed today's version of the A Train Sports Talk podcast and video stream as well too. Like I say, to me, this isn't work. This is fun. Like I say, I'm looking forward to this Friday. First of all, once again, Amy Lawrence, formerly of CBS Sports slash Infinity Sports Network, be on the show this will be on the show this Friday, and look forward to some more guests. As a matter of fact, I just got a like on a message I just sent one Chase Robinson who plays for Heights. Told him I'll be out there at the game again for senior night. Matter of fact, Heights got a lot of seniors graduating both on the girls and boys side, I do believe. So I know it's going to be an emotional roller coaster on these games. And you throw in the fact that Coach Joe Howard, this is going to be his last season coaching. And I know it's not, I know it's not his decision. It's just that he was on a radio show and was asked a question. And, he respectfully declined to answer that question, understandably so. But I just wonder, you know, it you can't stop a person from wondering. You just can't help but to wonder How much coaching does he have left in him? And would he surface at a private school somewhere in the state? Or is this going to be it for him? He's just going to sit back and enjoy life. I mean, when you stop and think about it, Del Faber, he's back at Bishop Carroll. Steve Eck came back home, but he never sat down, took some time off. But he's back at a private school, Cape and Mount Carmel. So it just remains to be seen. Is this going to be it for Coach Joe Hour? Is he going to take a year off? Is he going to take 2 years off? Or has someone already got wind of the fact that, hey, uh, Coach Joe Hour is available? I haven't known too many coaches who stepped down from Heights, whether it was their decision or not their decision, who took jobs elsewhere. So I'm going to go on a limb and say this is probably it for him. I mean, he's done it for what, 30 years. Like I say, he still look like he has a lot of coaching left in him. He could very well surface at the school on the other side of the bracket, one of the private schools where they don't have those uh, USD 259 rules and regulations. But I'm gonna say this is probably it for him after 30 years, and he's graduating a good class. I mean, last year was T.J. Williams. This year, Malachi Wilkins, Chase Robinson. I mean, and I'm pretty sure there's some more on there. I'm not looking at their roster right now, but I'm pretty sure he has a very stout senior class, and maybe this is the best time for him to say, you know what, whether it's his decision or not his decision, maybe this is the best time for him to say, after 30 years, I think I can sit back and enjoy the fruits of my labor. Look back at what I've done, the championships that have been hoisted, the run he went on during the Perry Ellis years. I mean, it doesn't get any better. And Heights just don't have a large turnover in coaches. So hopefully the next coach they have in waiting will keep, if there is a coach in waiting, hopefully he will keep that tradition going that is known as Hollywood Heights. Well, my time has been far spent. Next time I come back at you, if all goes well, it will be Saturday. Special guest, once again, Amy Lawrence. So I look forward to having Amy Lawrence on, formerly of CBS and Infinity Sports Network. So until the next time, take care of yourself and each other. I look forward to being back with you again on Saturday. So you take care.